For a long time, the Porsche Panamera was one of the ugliest cars on the road. It was about as pretty as a beached whale, but this latest version, particularly in Sport Turismo guise, now looks really quite good.
Sport Turismo, that denotes the estate body style. The alternative is the hatchback that's been around for much longer. Now this model is a few £1,000s more expensive, but you do get better rear headroom and a third rear seat.
The fastest model in the Panamera range is the Turbo SE Hybrid, but this is the sportiest, the GTS. It's littered with chassis technology that's designed to make it handle like a sports coupe one moment and ride like a luxury car the next.
GTS is a very old Porsche model designation. It stands for Gran Turismo Sport. That means this is the Panamera Gran Turismo Sport Turismo. It sits 10mm closer to the road than other Panameras for better handling response, and as standard it gets four-wheel drive and adaptive three-chamber air springs.
On top of that, you can add things like rear wheel steering, Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control Sport, that's a 48-volt variable anti-roll bar system that blends ride comfort with sporty handling, carbon ceramic brakes and Porsche Torque Vectoring Plus. With all of that, you'll have the most athletic Panamera going. This particular car has got the lot, all £12,000 worth.
The engine is a 4-litre petrol V8 with two turbochargers. Peak power is 454 brake horsepower, peak torque 457 pounds-foot. Driving all four wheels via an 8-speed PDK transmission, the car will do 0 to 62 in 4.1 seconds and run on to 179.
Beneath the Panamera's bodywork, you'll find the same platform that underpins the latest Bentley Continental GT. That's one of the most impressive luxury coupes on sale, which bodes very well indeed for this GTS.
That Bentley has one of the most impressive cabins of any car on sale today, and this Panamera's cockpit is seriously impressive as well. I love the seating position. You sit really low as though you're driving one of Porsche's sports cars, and the quality is exceptional as well. It's so well screwed together and materials feel really premium.
There's good rear seat space as well. Whereas the Panamera hatchback only has two rear seats, the Sport Turismo gets a third. Although because of the wide transmission tunnel, it's really only an occasional use seat. You can choose to have two individual rear seats instead, which would be our advice.
The infotainment system is really easy to use. It's so intuitive. This gloss black plastic section here is really distinctive, but there are no physical buttons. Instead, it's a pressure sensitive pad with haptic response. Looks really cool, but not ideal when you're driving along because you have to deliberately look down, take your eyes off the road to see which buttons you're pressing. This is a big car and it does feel it, but the optional rear wheel steering really helps you out in town. It makes the car feel much more maneuverable. The ride quality is more connected than it is in other Panameras, that's to be expected, but it's not uncomfortable at all. In fact, I think this car rides really well. Overall refinement levels just through the roof. Wind noise on the motorway, hardly anything at all. The powertrain is quiet and there's very little road noise as well.
So despite being the sportiest Panamera, the GTS is still a supreme luxury car. It's a very good Grand Tourer as well.
When you switch into Sport or Sport Plus mode, which you do using this very convenient rotary knob down here, you find this remarkable agility and handling response. This is a 2.5-ton car, but with all that chassis technology, it feels far more sporty than you'd imagine. The steering is pin sharp and really naturally weighted. There's stunning body control, given this is such a huge and heavy car. Very, very good agility, really good grip, and a natural sweet balance as well. For something so big and heavy, it handles astonishingly well.
There isn't a full-size performance estate car that's better to drive than this GTS.
It even sounds pretty good thanks to the standard fit sports exhaust. The engine is a monster. It's got such good throttle response, really good power and torque. It's amazing to think the Panamera Turbo SE Hybrid has got another 200 horsepower. The gearbox is just as impressive as well. In manual mode, really quick, snappy gear shifts, and then in auto, it's very smooth. These dual clutch gearboxes are often a little bit jerky in auto mode, not this one.
If you need space for all the family and you're not yet ready to hand in your Petrolhead membership card, this is the car for you.
You just need to be prepared to pay handsomely for it, because at £108,110, the Panamera GTS does not come cheap. Please let us know what you think of this car in the comments and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Now, remember to head to cargurus.co.uk because that's where you will find the used car you're looking for from a top-rated dealer.